Hello, my friend. I hope you're having a great day. Coach Lacy here with Fortify Fitness and Nutrition Coaching for Women. I was not going to make a video today uh, at all. I had no plans to do it. Usually I plan ahead, I think on it a lot, but there's been this thought that's been in my head for a while about the new year coming. Today's December 30th. I'm sure some of you are watching this and it is not December 30th. It's probably way past 2025 into 2026, but a lot of you have weight loss on your minds. And I know that because I have lots of friends and that's all they talk about right now is they're getting ready to start their diet for the new year. With those thoughts, I also listen a lot and I listen to what women say they're going to do and I listen to what their plan is. I don't intervene unless they want me to intervene. I don't say a word, but I have all these thoughts in my head and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to share these with my girls and you're my girls. If you're watching this, you're one of my girls. So I'm going to give you some tips just based on what I've been thinking, these last few weeks, ever since Thanksgiving, really, I've been hearing, people talk about this. And it's just been compounding in my mind. I was like, today I'm going to share it with the world. So I made a list and I had like 12 things on the list and I narrowed it down to five really good things because I don't want to overwhelm you. So keep listening. Don't stop listening. Okay. Stay with me because these things really will move you forward if you're trying to lose weight in the new year, which a lot of people call a diet. So if you're going on a diet in the new year, if that's what you call it, or losing weight or whatever, getting in shape, getting fit, these 5 tips are perfect for you. Now, if you're a guy and you caught this video, I only coach women, but these tips can help you too, but they are really geared towards women. So the first one, okay. Stop starting diets. That's the first thing. The word diet, uh, it's almost like we need a starting word. And so we use the word diet, but diet is not going to be something that you can sustain long term. So I never like the word diet, whereas instead I would say, let's change our habits. Okay. So instead of starting a diet this year, how about you start changing some of your habits and just reframing the word. I know it's just words, but they matter. Your words matter. And it really, like, think about it for a minute. Say to yourself, I'm going to start a diet. And how does that feel to you? Then say, I'm going to change some of my habits. How does that feel to you? It's all about how you feel about what you're approaching or what you're getting ready to do that's going to help your success. And if you're just going on a diet, diets start and diets stop. Okay. But habits, they just keep changing and evolving and moving with you. And they're not as overwhelming. And let's face it, nothing about a diet sounds fun, but changing habits can be fun. Okay. Not that it's about fun, but the big thing is a lot of girls will go into their diet, right? And they're like white knuckled about it. They're like, well, I'm going to cut out all of this, or I'm going to cut out all of that, or I'm going to stop eating this, or I'm going to, restrict myself so deeply, or I'm going to do lots of this cardio and lots of this. And those things, when they go to extremes like that, that's not a habit change. That's a diet. And it's so extreme, you cannot sustain it. You might sustain it for a week, maybe, but how many times? I mean, listen, you guys are not new to this. This is not your first rodeo with losing weight, I'm sure. None of us have this is not our first time. Okay. I've been through it too. You've done it enough times that you can reflect and say, well, did I stick with it? How long did I stick with it? And why did I not stick with it? What worked and what didn't work. And it's because usually it's so restrictive. It's like, heck with this. So the goal isn't fast weight loss. Okay. The goal is going to be, let's change some habits that move me in that direction. All right. So that's number 1. It's not a diet. It's a habit change. And so really look at your habits, pick one and change it. All right. That's what I would start with. All right. So if you have a habit of drinking pop all day or soda all day, maybe you say, I'm going to drink less of that. Not even cutting it out all the way, but saying 50%. Okay. Make it doable. And then each week reevaluate. Gosh, last week I cut it down half. Maybe this week I can have it twice a week. Oh, wow. Then another week goes by. Oh, look, I was only having it twice a week, maybe once a week now. Okay. Then reevaluate another week or two and say, gosh, I'm down to just having it once a week. What if I just cut it out altogether? Done. You just changed a habit and that moved you towards weight loss. Okay. Number 2, I cannot say this enough. And I hear every excuse. I hear every excuse from women why they cannot do this, or they don't fully understand what it means. You have to eat enough protein. Okay. I know you've heard it. I know you've heard it everywhere. It's really a good idea to eat a lot of protein. And here's why. First of all, protein is the building block of all your muscles. And you may not want to look like a bodybuilder or gain great big muscles, which, by the way, is very hard to do as a female. But you do want to have a good structure. When women say they want to be toned, part of toning is having muscle mass. Okay. And in order to have muscle mass, you need protein, but also protein keeps you feeling fuller longer. So if you're trying to reduce your calorie intake, which is the way you lose weight, if you're trying to eat less calories each day, having protein is so smart because it makes you feel fuller, and protein takes energy to digest, meaning when you eat protein, your body burns energy, burns your body fat to digest it. Okay. So you're like getting a double benefit there. Um, it's just the goat, as my kids would say. It's the greatest of all time. Eat your protein. So then it's like, well, how much protein should I have? A good way to measure it that's very easy is like take how much you weigh. If you're not morbidly obese, now if you're morbidly obese, this changes a little bit, but take how much you weigh on the scale and say 1 gram per pound. So if I, for example, weigh 130 pounds, I would have 130 grams of protein per day. That's the easiest way to start. Okay. Or you could hire a coach like me and I will calculate it for you perfectly. But then it's like, okay, so I need 130 grams of protein per day. How do I eat all that protein? Spread it out throughout the day in small meals. Okay. Take the 130 grams divided by, maybe you're going to have 5 meals. And by the way, when I say meals, I'm counting snacks too. I don't speak in terms of snacking in my life. And I try to teach my clients not to do that either. Everything is a small meal. Okay. And it's perfectly fine to have a small meal every 2 to 3 hours. In fact, that's a strategy. There's a bonus you just got right there. But spread the protein out throughout the day. It's the smartest way to do it. Start your morning with protein and have it throughout the day. Okay. Just break it down into little amounts all day long. And what would count as protein? Well, this goes a little bit deeper, but, you want to have either your complete proteins or your incomplete proteins. Complete proteins have all the amino acids in them. Those would be things like turkey, beef, eggs. Your main protein sources that are primarily protein. Your other sources where you could get protein from, where you're not going to get all the amino acids, would be things like Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, but they still matter. They have protein in them. Okay. So there's a start for you. But the best rule of thumb is just, unless you're vegan or vegetarian, go straight to the animal proteins. I mean, people just don't realize eggs in and of themselves are perfect. It's a great starter. If you like eggs are a great starter for protein. So there's that. Number 2. Let me see if there's anything else I wanted to say. I think that's it. Okay. If you prioritize protein first, everything gets easier, by the way. All right. Number 3, consistency beats perfection always. You guys, I cannot say this enough. So many people are so inconsistent and then they're mad when they don't get results. And it's like, well, if you're inconsistent with the plan, why would you ever think you're going to get a result? You have to stay consistent, even if it's not perfect. Okay. Still staying consistent. Things like, making a plan for yourself or hiring a coach like me to make you a plan. That's the easiest way. And then tackling the plan one day at a time. And if you fall short of the plan on a particular day, that's okay. Figure out why that happened. Examine what happened. Can you plan differently? Is there something that needs to be done differently? Then the next day, go at it again a little differently. Okay. But don't give up. Keep going. Stay consistent. Having a perfect Monday doesn't mean that the rest of the week is going to be perfect, but also having an imperfect Monday. Let's say you mess up on Monday, doesn't mean it's the screw it factor. Like I call it the screw it factor, where women tend to go screw it. If they don't have perfection in what they're doing, they go screw it. Or let's say it's Monday at 11 a.m. and you already busted your diet. Let's say you ate a Reese's peanut butter cup and you're like, well, that happened, so screw it. I might as well just screw the rest of the day. No, don't do that. Just say, okay, well, that happened and now I'm going to move on with my plan still. You don't have to end the plan because it wasn't perfect. You just say, okay, well, that happened, and now I'm going to move forward. Okay. So stay consistent and allow yourself to be consistent even when it's not perfect. It's never going to be perfect, even for me. Like, I've been doing this 10 years and it's never perfect, even for me. There's going to be times where things happen and it's just going to be that way. And you just go, well, that happened, and then move on. Okay. Use those words, really. Say it out loud to yourself. Say, wow, Coach Lacy told me to say, well, that happened. So say it. Say, oh, well, that happened, and now I'm moving on. Okay. And if you're coached by me, send me a message and say, well, here's what happened, and it happened, and I'm moving on, and I'll go high five. Well done. Great job moving on, Let's see. And don't call it starting over, by the way. When you get back on track, you're not starting over. You're just resuming the track. You had a little snafu and we're moving on from it. We're not starting over. We're moving on. Okay. I say we, like I'm coaching you. I want to coach you. Work with me and I'll help you, but that's how we would approach it. Number 4. Everybody wants to go straight to cardio. And I don't know why that is anymore, because I think we've come far enough in society where we've learned that cardio is not king when it comes to losing weight. It's a tool, and it's a helpful tool, but it also can be a hurtful tool. Okay. Our bodies are meant to adapt to what we're doing. So if we do a lot of cardio, our bodies adapt to that, and it's useless to us. Really, all it does is make us tired and eats your muscle mass. It burns your muscle mass up. These women tell me, I want to be toned. I want to be toned. And then I'm like, okay, what are you doing to get toned? Well, I do an hour of cardio every day. You just did the complete opposite of what it takes to get toned. Okay. You are going to burn through your muscle mass so fast. Look at runners. They don't have a lot of muscle mass. It's especially long distance runners, because their bodies have to use muscle for fuel, because you don't just tap into fat stores all the time. Your body doesn't, there's no rule about that for your body. Your body just decides, I'm going to take from this, and I'm going to take from this, and you don't get to choose. So you might be running a lot and burning some body fat, but inevitably you're going to burn into your muscle mass too. And then it's like, wow, why am I not toned? Why am I flabby? You don't have any muscle because you burned it all doing horrendous cardio. It's insane to keep spinning that wheel. Go weight train. Go lift weights in a progressive overload program. I can't say enough about it because it changed my life. It changed my life. I'm going to be 50 years old in a little less than 2 years. And every year I say this, I'm in the best shape of my life. And I'm getting better. I'm getting in better shape, not worse shape, because I weight train. And I'm not out there lifting. I do lift fairly heavy, and that's subjective, but I'm not lifting like men, and I'm not looking like a man. Okay. I have muscle mass that gives me beautiful tone, but I'm not huge by any means. Women can't get huge like that without taking drugs. Okay. So don't be afraid that you're going to get huge. You're not. And look at me, 10 years of weight training, and I'm not huge. So that's an example for you that you're not, like women say, I'm scared I'm going to get huge. You are afraid of something that's not going to happen, sister. Don't be afraid of that. And what's going to happen is your body's going to become very metabolically efficient, and you're going to have the tone that you want. You're going to be able to eat more food because you're burning more calories at rest. Muscle burns calories at rest. So it's just strategic all around to have muscle. Plus, as we're aging, we can allow our bodies to become frail by having no muscle, or we gain muscle mass that holds our structure really well and keeps us safe. So if we fall or anything happens to us, you get in a car crash, all kinds of things can happen to you. If you have muscle mass and you're older, you're going to be safer because you have muscle mass to protect you. Okay. What else did I want to say? You just need to know muscle shapes your body. It protects your metabolism. A lot of women, as they age, they say, I just can't lose weight anymore. Well, because you don't have the muscle that you used to have. We do start losing muscle, unfortunately, when we hit our 30s, unless we start weight training, and then we don't lose the muscle. So if you feel like you can't lose weight like you used to, usually it's because of lack of muscle mass that's burning those calories for you. I don't know what else I want to say. Most women go into the strategy of endless cardio and no food, and that's a recipe for disaster all around. There's nothing good that comes from that at all. Number 5. This is a big one. And I'm not just saying this because I'm a coach. I'm saying it because it's true. And by the way, I've been a coach for a decade and I have a coach. I have a coach for the accountability part of it. And that's what I want to talk about. Get help sooner than later. Okay. If you go it yourself, you might be able to do it for a little while, but you're going to run into a roadblock. You're going to run into a plateau. You're going to run into a mindset block where you really need help. Willpower usually is not the problem. It's the lack of clarity. And if you do this yourself, you're just guessing at what you should be doing, and that's going to cause frustration. Okay. So you don't have the accountability of a coach. You don't have a coach to say, here's what you need to do. Like, I know exactly what you need to do. If I look over your profile and you give me all your data and I study your data, I will know exactly what you need to do. And it'll save you a ton of time and frustration. Frustration leads to feelings of failure and feeling like you can't do it. And you lose years of progress because you just say, I can't do this, when actually you can. You just didn't have the right plan or the right support. So I would highly consider hiring a coach to help you through, at the very least, to get you started and teach you some things. Get a coach that will teach you things so that you don't need them forever. I mean, that's always my goal. Is as much as I'd like to have my girls forever, my goal is to equip them so well that they don't need me anymore. That's the greater good, right? That I've taught you so much that you're confident in what you're doing and you know what to do and you don't need me anymore, but yet you're still successful because you learned from me. So call it school, maybe. Call it going to college with Coach Lacy. But the cool thing is, I don't teach you what works in general. I teach you what works for you. I study your body and I help you study your body. Every woman is created differently. So we study your body together. We learn together about how your body responds to things. Every woman is different. And also what you like, what your culture is, your traditions, those things all factor in, all of them. What your lifestyle is, those things all matter. So we take all that and we make a formula. We make a blueprint, the blueprint of you. And we say, here's your blueprint. And then let me help you execute it. And, oh, we ran into this roadblock. How do we overcome it? Let's work through that together. And then pretty soon you're so empowered. You're like, I got this. And you're getting the body you always wanted and the health that you always wanted. And there's no more feelings of, I failed again. And when New Year's comes around, you never have to, like, this is one thing I love every year about New Year's. All these people are making these resolutions to get in shape. And I'm like, rolling in shape. I don't have to think about that. And that's a good feeling. I can work on other things. I don't have to worry about that. So let's get you to that point too, where you're like, this is the last time I start over. Say that. This is the last time I start over. I'm going to get help. But if you're not ready to get help from a coach, at least take the advice that I gave you and apply it to this time that you're trying. And man, I sure do hope you're successful. I know what it's like to be a woman and live in a body that I hate, because I did that for a long time. And then I learned how to weight train. I learned how to eat from a coach. And now I don't have to do that anymore. Now I know what to do, and I help other women do it too. Okay. I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else I wanted to say, except I hope that you do it this time. I hope that you can do it this year and be successful. Like, I'm cheering for you, and I'm here if you need help. Go to my website at www.fortifywithlacy.com, or send me a message, comment on the video, email me back if you got this via email, because I am going to send this to all my girls that are in my email. I want to help you. I definitely want to help you. Schedule a consult. Let's just talk and see how I can help you. And maybe you have questions you want to ask. I'm here for all of it. I love you bunches, and Happy New Year.